Well, hello everyone, Texie88 here. Welcome to another retro gaming review. Now, as you know, not all that long ago, I reviewed the Spectrum version of the game based on the first Back to the Future, and as you notice, I really didn't like it very much. And to say that it was generally a disappointment is putting it mildly. It was boring beyond belief, and it just didn't do the superb film upon which it's based any justice whatsoever. I mean, it was faithful, but it just wasn't nearly as much fun. You could watch just a second of the original film and it'd be more fun than even a whole minute of the Back to the Future game was. Now we're taking a look at the game based on its 1989 sequel, Back to the Future Part 2. So let's get on with this. So you've got this nice little intro screen sequence based on what happened at the end of the first film. And we've got a nice rendition of Alan Silvestri's music here. Wow. This is a good rendition. I'm very impressed with that. David Whittaker, he did some cracking music on the 8-bit machines, and this is just one of his. Okay, let's redefine keys. Right, left. Why can't they put left first then right? It just makes more sense to me. Up, down, fire, abort, E, pause, H. Marty, you have to come back with me. Where? Back to the Future. Why has Marty got blonde hair all of a sudden? So, anyone who's seen the film will know this is based on the bit in which Biff's grandson is chasing Marty while he's on a hoverboard, which is essentially like a skateboard with no wheels on it that floats slightly above. There's Biff, now an elderly 76-year-old man who's really angry at the whole world and that he hasn't made the most of his life and is blaming everyone else for it. Oh God! And these guys on the other hoverboards, Griff's gang. Oh God, that was close. Ooh, did I hit a jump or something? It's Griff himself. From what I remember, he's got a few short circuits in his bionic implant, so you have to watch out for him. But apart from that, he's every bit of extended time. Now it's switching to a diagonal view. There's Angel, the girl that's in Griff's gang. Oh God, I've nearly run out of energy. Oh gosh, if I take too many more hits, I'm going to lose a life. Oh God. Again, still got that nice music in the background. It's kind of a shame it's not based on the music that was actually playing at this point in the film, which is a really... Who is this guy? Why can't I beat him up? I mean, he's clearly not... Is it Griff? Damn it, he got me. Get ready. Will do, Doc. Wait a minute, why are there two angels there? That thing there was it's like the the equivalent of the rubbish bin which you saw in the 2015 sections of the film. God. Griff, get lost! Oh, that's a... You actually jump by pressing down and fire, which is a bit of an anomaly, but it's one of the things you have to put up with when you use a format that only has one fire button on its joysticks. Oh, I see. You tap the... Oh, maybe not. You tap the fire button to punch, and you hold it down to get Marty to jump. Extended time. Ah, now it's scrolling to the left. It's Biff again. Well, maybe if you hadn't been having a go at Marty's dad all those years, you might have been able to make something of yourself. Oh, God. I'm surprised that there's a guy using a remote-controlled car there. I mean, there was Elijah Wood's kid complaining about the fact he played the Wild Gunman arcade machine in the Cafe 80s in the film and had to use your hands, and his mate saying that's like a baby's toy. Get over here, you bugger. Oh gosh, he's nearly got me. There's Angel again. Oh, got some bit of energy back, Shach. Yes! Got some more energy back. I have to admit, while this is definitely a marked improvement on the piss-poor game that they came up with for the first Back to the Future, it's still not massively enjoyable. Oh, damn it. I'm sure I got it. Yay, well, I got him anyway. Not quite sure what those are. It's Angel again. I think her name was Angel. Whatever. She was the token... She was the... She was the only girl in Griff's gang. So, threatened Marty's future son in 2015. What's wrong, McFly? You got no scrote? Let's accelerate away from all this nonsense. Griff again. Got all my energy back, which is always a big plus. I mean, while that doesn't look massively like Marty, at least there's You piss off, Griff. Oh great, now I've got your blooming grandfather to contend with as well. With his walking stick of doom. Oh. How come I'm getting harmed by the curves? I thought these boards hovered. I mean, it's not like I'm on water or anything. Right, I got a bit of energy back. Surprised it has a time limit given that it's forced scrolling. No, damn it. Oh, I got my energy back. As I said, while this is faithful to the film, God, this level doesn't have to drag on. I mean, am I nearly at the end of it? Because it's actually getting a bit dull now. Get that kid. Ah, good. You bitch, come here. What? I hit that? I'm sure I got both of those letters, whatever they do, but the game thought I didn't. That's one of them down. Right. Come here, you arse wipe. No, I don't want to get taken out by a dustbin. Extended time. Seriously. Can this level just please conclude already? It's starting to get a bit tedious. I mean, this punch you do is the only attacking move you have. Ah, speak of the devil. This is the bit on the water where Griff finally can. I thought that was the water just outside the city hall where Griff tried to finally. Of course, those boards don't work on water, and I'm running out of lives. Come on, I want to get to the next level. I'm this close. That's obviously that huge pond that's outside the. Yes. Yeah, that's the end of the level. That's where Griff's gang tried to catch me, crashed into the courthouse and got arrested. It's just a shame I lost all my lives on that bit. And now the game seems to have crashed. Blast it. It's a shame, really, because the other sections of the game are marked. Oh, hang on. The police. They are taking Jennifer home. Great Scott! We've got to get her out of there. Sorry, I thought it said crash, but it seems like that wasn't the case. So. It's a bit hard to see, but what I'm actually doing is I'm highlighting a door, and I have to open and close them to try and get a sleepwalking Jennifer, who's Jennifer being Marty's girlfriend. And that's her just walking into that red room near the middle left of the screen. I've got to make sure no one else in the house sees her. I recognise this music from the film. I've got to think about this. In there, I think. What? Yes. I did like that music in there. I remember that rather moody music from the film. So that's based. Right, blah de blah. Can I skip this? No, I can't. Let's see if I can do a better job. It seems like I'm presuming I've got a limited number of moves to try and get Jennifer out of there before everything goes belly up. Okay. This is glitched. Jennifer's not visible. Oh yeah, she is. I think she is. Oh, I see. She's in that green room. Just got to try and... Ah. Or maybe that wasn't her. Come on. I'm running out of time. It's so hard to select the door you're trying to... Why is it so hard to select the door you want? Bloody hell. One more go. I don't understand why I couldn't even see Jennifer half the time in that. But I think if I understand correctly, I've got to try and guide her out of the future McFly house without anyone else in the house seeing her. Not quite what happened in the film, but I guess trying to get something like that to work in something that's even remotely workable in game terms, they had to be a bit inventive. Right. Shite, I went the wrong way. Or maybe I was looking at the wrong character. I mean, it'd be nice if it actually told me which one was Jennifer. Well, the one I thought it was, it seems it wasn't. Why can't you blooming skip this? And why has Marty got blonde hair? He does not. I know there's no brown on the spectrum, but I think even red would have been preferable to that. Now, where's Jennifer? I'm presuming that's her in that magenta room. Shit. There was a person in that blue room I couldn't see. Come on, I've got to be able to do this. All I'm trying to do is guide one person out of a home before the time runs out from what I can make out. And I'm finding it a real pain in the arse. But this is still tons better than the Spectrum game based on the first film. At least it's not dull. Well, that first level got dragged on a bit too long for my liking, and for the most part, it wasn't exactly the hardest game in the world either. Right. Damn it! I'm really struggling to figure this out. There's part of me that's wondering whether I'm actually thinking that the correct character is Jennifer, whether I'm mistaking her for one of the other members of the household. I just wish it gave a bit of a clearer indication as to which one's Jennifer. And I know people might be laughing at that magenta DeLorean, but you can't do grey on a Spectrum. Right. See if I can be a bit more inventive this time. I'm wondering if that's actually Jennifer in the blue room. Oh God, I'm trying to select that door on the right of that red room. Not the one in the bottom right corner, the one near the middle of the screen. It's such a pain. I just want to... Go up there, you bastard. No, I don't want to open either of those doors because... This is really irritating me now. Just... Oh, get bugger off! I can't even get these people... Oh, God. Oh, I can't tell which one's Jennifer. I think I'm going to wind up the review because... Oh, God. So... It's a shame because there are, I think, 3 other levels and they're all markedly different, save for the 5th one, which is essentially it's the same sort of thing you did in the first level, but instead of it being in 2015, it's in 1955. And you're up against Biff. So that's Back to the Future Part 2 for the Sinclair ZX Spectrum. Bit of a mixed bag, and I found that stage I've just done a bit taxing, and partly and not helped by the fact I just don't know which of those characters is Jennifer. It's not particularly obvious to me which one's her, and I really need to know which one it is. And I just couldn't figure out how to highlight certain doors. The way the controls worked didn't seem to have much logic in that respect. I would have preferred something that made more sense. It's hard to describe until you've actually played it, but the way you highlighted the doors didn't seem to follow any great logic. So graphics, they're okay, I suppose. I mean, in that first level, although the main character you controlled didn't look a massive amount like Marty, at least you knew it was Marty. Although, admittedly, with the exception of that level we just seen, it was in monochrome. And I also believe there might be some colour in one of the other levels, which you didn't get to see in this review, sadly. But what's there, I suppose, is clear enough and passable. It's not ugly. Although some might argue that the Spectrum's attribute problem meant that could have contributed to my struggling to see which of those characters in that second stage is actually Jennifer. But I could see people, I just don't know which one's her. But anyway, sound. You heard the sound effect every time Marty punched someone, or whenever someone punched Marty, or when he collected things. But sound is a bit sparse if you save for the brilliant music. This tune and the main Back to the Future theme, both of which I remember from the film. So, sounds okay-ish. Gameplay, well, that first level's playable enough, although, as I said, the level did go on just a bit too long and it did get a bit tiresome after a while. And it's kind of a shame. That level could have done with being a bit more challenging and a bit shorter, perhaps, to make up for it. And I just couldn't figure out that second how to control the doors properly in that second level, and as I said multiple times, I didn't know which of those characters was actually Jennifer. So I'm gonna rate Back to the Future Part 2 on the Spectrum I think I'm gonna give it 6 out of 10. I mean, it's far from awful, but it does have some significant flaws, and I do wonder how much lasting power it will ultimately have. I mean, even if you do figure out how to get past that second stage, I wonder whether there's going to be enough that from the film that was translatable into game terms to make a decent sized game that you wouldn't complete fairly quickly. So that's my verdict on Back to the Future Part 2 for the Sinclair ZX Spectrum. Hope you enjoyed this review. Texty88 out.